I'm so sorry, y'all. I was having an issue with StreamYard and freaking Facebook. I'm trying to give you guys multiple options. So I stream to Facebook and Twitter and also here on YouTube. But out of all of them, Facebook and StreamYard, something is always up with their connection. So I'm always having to reload to try to right before I go on to make sure Facebook is here. So I apologize to my Facebook people, but they said that there was an issue on StreamYards and there was just I couldn't wait around for them to fix it. So sorry, I'll post it, Facebook family. I'll post it on Facebook after this. Hey guys, thank you so much for joining me. Hey family. Hey, I'm trying to decide which way to go. I think I made a wrong turn back there somewhere. Oh. Ooh.
Forget about the soap opera.
Ooh. Just want to make sure I got my articles together. Yes, how are we doing? So guys, today we're just going to talk about Married at First Sight because I'm going to start reviewing Married at First Sight Houston. I don't know because I have a lot of shows on Wednesday. I think I might just break up my reality TV chats into 2 days, Thursday and Friday afternoon, and then keep Love After Lockup on Friday evening, just because there's far too many shows on Wednesday at this time. And I just will not be able to get through each one thoroughly. So I think I might break up my reality TV chat. So I think starting next week, I think on Thursdays, I'm just going to keep that Housewives. And then on Fridays, I'll do Married at First Sight in the Encore. Hope that works because I want to give each show that I talk about equal time. And I feel like if I add another show, it'll just be too much on Thursday. We won't have enough time to get through everything thoroughly. Anyway, yes, I did see what Mary said about Heather on The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. I don't want to believe that, but this is the only reason why. They're starting filming, right, guys? And not starting, they're filming. They're currently filming. And sometimes, just because I've been on this Housewives roller coaster since the beginning, since the Real Housewives of Orange County, okay? I was a whole child watching that. But since the beginning of Orange County, I've just come to understand how these housewives operate. And also just working in film and TV, just knowing that this is the stuff that they pull to keep people interested in, so some stuff I just don't tend to always believe because it is a show it's an entertainment show, right? So some stuff I'm just like, I don't know if you guys are just going to start releasing stuff now to keep us interested because, your show is going to be premiering soon and very soon, or if this is something that really happened. I always question everything that these housewives do because I know a lot of it is manipulated for our entertainment. So we will see. We will see. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I think I took a screenshot of it because I don't know if Mary was going to erase it. But Mary Crosby from The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City posted this about Heather. She said, if you want to know why I blocked Heather Gay, it's because Heather Gay is a racist. She admitted and owned it, and she knows it. Let's speak truth. Mary, from one racist to another, okay? Because don't you got a problem with black people? Don't black men in front of a 7-Eleven scare you? So I don't know. And not saying I'm taking up for Heather, but I don't know. One, it could be PR for the show. If you don't think that people use racism as PR, you don't know America. Two, for somebody like Mary to call somebody racist, I'm not sure, because we know that she has a huge bias against her own community. So I don't know. I do not know, but I did see it, Carlin. I did see it. Hey, family. Welcome. Come on in the room. Hey, JV says what? Hey, Monique Dotton. Hey, sis. Hey, sis. Again, Facebook family, I apologize. I am going to upload this to Facebook so you can watch it, but I think I may just take Facebook off because every time I stream, Facebook is always the issue. And I'm not saying it's Facebook's fault. StreamYard tells me that it's something on there and there's a connection issue. So I don't know. I don't know if they're battling and they're trying to block StreamYard. I do not know, but I may have to take Facebook Watch off. We will see. In the meantime, come on in the room. Whoa, come on in the room. Yeah, we got so much to talk about because Daisy P is here. So won't you come on in the room? What's up, Daisy? Come on in the room. Whoa, come on in the room. Yeah, we got so much to talk about because my baby Black Lavender is here. Hey, Black Lavender. Hey, Tracy. I got on the Tracy Chappelle original. So won't you come on in the room? Come on in the room. Whoa, come on in the room. Hey, Yolanda. We got so much to talk about. So won't you come on in the room? It's getting better. I think what I'm going to have to do to continue to keep the healing. So thank you so much for asking about my hand, Yolanda. It's getting better. I'm still, styling my hair with my left hand. I don't think I did a bad job today. But I have to wash it and detangle it. So I'm going to need my right hand. But because I don't want to mess up the scab that's growing, that's, actually healing my hand, I think I might get some gloves today because it's time. I cannot go another couple of days without washing my hair. So we will see. But thank you so much for asking. It's getting better. It's still, I still feel it when I use it, but it's getting better. Thank you for asking. Come on in the room. Whoa, come on in the room. Hey, Irene, we got so much to talk about. I said we got so much to talk about. I said we got so much to talk about because Chris is spiraling again. Chris, you got to get some help. We got so much to talk about, so won't you come on in? Oh, dear. Come on in the room, family. What's up, India? What's up, pretty kitty? Thank you so much. Tracy made it. Tracy, plug yourself, girl. Thank you so much. Thank you, Coco Veed. I tried. Shout out to the left hand. She's doing what she has to do. Thank you for showing up when the right hand is down. I'm trying. I am trying. It's also so hot, so I don't know. I think I might put this back under a turban because it has been so hot lately, guys. I don't know. It's been so hot. What's up, Al Boogie? Hey, Jimmy G. What's up, crazy homebody girl? Hey, Caitlin. Hey. Hey, so what we're going to start off first with is we're going to start off first with just my thoughts from the Married at First Sight season 13 Houston kickoff special. Because I have a few thoughts about that. And then we're going to get into the season 12 cast drama. And then we're going to talk a little bit about Jerry O'Connell joining The View, joining the talk. I don't know why I keep on saying joining The View. Jerry, I think that's where you may end up. Who knows? Who knows? Tracy said, the way I shake to this song is terrible, but I can't help it. Oh, child. Well, I did kind of remix it. So I ain't mad at you. It is so hot, guys. It's so, look at my neck. Look at my neck. It's so, and I have the air on. Oh, it's so hot. It's so hot. Yes, I have my sweat towel. It's so hot. August is going to kick LA's behind. And we're all going to be inside. I can't believe this. I am so disappointed. If I have to do another lockdown Christmas, I thought we were out of this thing. Mask mandates are back. I told you the Delta variant set us up for the lambada, however you pronounce that, because that lambada variant is kicking our behinds. I don't want to force nobody to get vaccinated. I don't even want to tell you what to do with your body, but y'all the ones who's in that hospital. Y'all the ones in that ER. So do with that what you will. Anyway, let me make sure my notes have transferred over. They're here. Let's get into it. So Married at First Sight Houston, I got to be honest with you guys. It's giving me a season 12. It's giving me a season 12 because this is, you guys recommended Married at First Sight to me last season. I had never watched this show before. So when I saw that my DVR had taped the kickoff special, I was just like, you know what? Let me watch this from the real beginning, because I only watch on the first day that everybody got married. So I never saw how these experts put these couples together. They are basura. This kickoff special confirmed for me what I already knew, is that these experts are basura. Let's start off with, wait, what is that couple that I was like, oh gosh, I for their sake, I hope it works out, because these two really want to be married, but I am concerned. Hold on. Yes, this couple. Girl. StreamYard today. Bao and Johnny. I'm concerned. I'm concerned specifically because of how they were matched together. I will say this. I'll give them this. In this picture, they look great together. They absolutely look great together. But how the experts put them together really concerned me. There was not much. There was not much that they spoke of when they all came together. There was not much that they really had to go off to match these two couples, these two people. I honestly think they went off of the fact that they're both Asian. I gotta tell the truth and shame the devil. I think that's what they saw, and they were just like, yeah, this could work. Because even, I believe his name is Pastor Carl. I love him, but he was just like, they both come from similar backgrounds where there is arranged marriage. So I can see these two being compatible. That's it. First of all, yes, they're both, I think they're both Chinese, right? And I only say that because I saw their second wedding ceremony garb. Do y'all call it garb? I apologize. I'm African American. But I was just like, so that's all you going off of? The fact that they both come from cultures that have arranged marriage. Yes, I get that they're Chinese, but you also have to realize they're American. And I think a lot of Asian Americans in general have an issue with that, because a lot of their Americanness is always stripped, right? It's like, you are this culture from where you are these culture people from where your family came from, but a lot of them have been born and raised here. A lot of Asian Americans are Americans, they're not first generation. They're like third and fourth generation Americans. So when Pastor Carl said that, I was just like, you don't even know. Yes, they come from cultures that have had arranged marriages, but you don't even know if that's something that they practice. Like, did you even talk to them to see if this is something that they practice, if they will be okay with something like this? I know in this whole experiment, it is kind of an arranged marriage. But when Pastor Carl said that, I was just like, you guys really don't have a lot to go off to really match these people. Another couple that didn't alarm me, but it was the way they were put together where I was just like, I'm not sure, but I could be wrong. This couple could probably actually work, but I'm just going off of the matchmaking special and what the experts were saying. And for me, I just did not feel like the reasonings that they had was really making sense, because for this couple, Ryan and Brett, I'm kind of feeling a bit bad for Brett, right? And not because I think that Ryan is a bad guy, because Ryan is really still dealing with the loss of a really close friend that he lost a year ago. And when the experts were talking about putting these two together, they were basically making Brett Ryan's therapist and saying, he's really going through something. So, he's in a bad spot. So he needs this person with, this fun and bright personality to come help him out of this. And it's just like, you done gave this girl an additional assignment, this woman, an additional assignment on top of already being a wife to a stranger. Now she got to be this man therapist. Now she got to heal this man. You done put all of these jobs on this woman, and she don't even know this man. These experts, I'm sorry, they have no idea what they are doing. I will say this couple, I think might work. Although I think that the bride is probably not yet ready for this process. And that is, I believe her name is Myra. I'm gonna say Myra and Gil. The only reason why I think that Myra is probably not ready for this process is because I think she has to do a bit more healing from her childhood. She grew up in an abusive environment, and when she was speaking to, I believe, the therapist, I forget her name, but the older white female therapist, when she was speaking to her, what she dealt with as a child, those raw emotions were still there, right? Still kind of easily triggered by what she had endured. And I just feel like, I don't know, I would want her to get a bit more healing before she goes into a process like this, where it's going to be a lot on you emotionally. Because not only are you going through this experiment, you're doing it on national TV with producers who manipulate the situation. So I just don't know if she is, one, emotionally available and emotionally stable enough right now to deal with something that is so precious, which is a marriage, but also deal with it in the reality TV realm. So I was a bit concerned about this couple, specifically Myra, but Gil seems like a really good guy. So I don't know. These two could probably work. All of these couples could probably work, right? I just think that the experts, what they were going off of and how they were matching these couples, I was just like, oh girl, I didn't know that y'all was just using, like, I didn't, to be honest with you, the way these experts were matching these couples up, the way they were matching them up to me reminded me of third graders playing MASH. Like, I'm like, this is a huge lifelong commitment if you go in it for that, right? It doesn't have to be lifelong. But when you go into a marriage, you're basically going into an eternal contract with your partner in the government. This is not something to take lightly. And I just felt like the experts their reasonings, I was just like, oh, I did not know that this process was so childish. So childish. I'm like, y'all don't have nothing. But I do like this couple. I do like Rachel and Jose. There's something about this couple where I feel as if they're going to do well. They're going to do well. Just because from watching the special, I feel like Rachel and Jose have very similar energies. Same thing with Bao and Johnny. I think they have similar energies, but Bao, can we be real? Let's tell the truth and shame the devil. Bao asked for a white man. I couldn't believe she said that on national TV. When Dr. Messi, but she was just like, so what are you looking for ethnically? And she was like, I prefer a Caucasian partner or Asian, but with Asian men, I already know what I'm getting from that. So that could be tricky. I was like, wow, even if you felt that way, I would never say that on national TV about the men in my community. Like, your first choice is somebody who was not from your culture. Like, listen, love is love, but I'm like, you just skipped over all the Asian men and just went straight to all the men within your culture. And you just went straight to a white man. Bow, you got to unpack that. You have to unpack that. You really, really have to unpack that, girl, because I wonder how she's going to react when she is walking down the aisle to an Asian man. Because she told them, I want Caucasian. You can give me Asian, but I know what I'm going to get with them. So you're already judging, the men from within your community. I don't know. Bao is going to be very, very interesting. I think Johnny is going to have a lot of work to do to make this relationship work, because Bao is she appears that she's going to be one of the most difficult brides this season. But next to Bao, I'm not saying that he's going to be another Chris, but I am seeing something in this guy that I feel like the experts are just not seeing. Michaela and Zach. I don't think that Zach is ready for marriage. I could be wrong. Michaela, in my opinion, is definitely ready. I don't think that Zach is ready. just his reasonings. He was just like, I've never been able to fully commit to somebody, but now he's going to commit. You've never been able to fully commit to somebody, but now you're going to commit to a bride on a reality TV show, wedding show. Okay, I'm a little concerned. I'm telling you, I'm a little concerned because Zach's segment, when we were introducing Michaela and Zach, I was just like, I hope this is not a Paige and Chris all over again. I think they will be smart enough to not give us that, but I don't know. Zach, to me, in my opinion, just did not seem ready at all. Michaela did, but Zach just did not seem ready for this process. I feel like Johnny is definitely ready for this process. Bao, I don't know. I don't know. But I do think that Johnny is ready. He was very excited when they told him, like he was over the moon when he found out that he was about to be somebody's husband. So I think he is ready. Brett is the woman. Ryan, I think he is not sure that he is ready for marriage, but I think that Ryan is in pain and he's looking for comfort. I hope that when he gets to the point where he is, you'll always be mourning, but when he is able to heal a bit from the passing of his friend, I hope he is still in it to be Brett's husband. Gil and Myra, I don't know. They could work, guys. They really, really could. I don't see anything negative about this couple. I just think that Myra is not ready in this for a process like this. But I could be wrong. Rachel and Jose, I think they're going to be a success story. I think Rachel and Jose and Myra, I know I'm pronouncing her name wrong, and Gil, I think one of these couples could be our Brianna and Vincent. One of these couples could be our Brianna and Vincent. And in a sense, saying Brianna and Vincent, where they were just set up for each other. So even with or without this process, they would have met somewhere because these two were created for each other. So I feel like it could be either be Rachel, Jose, or Myra and Gil, but I am not quite sure who it will be. But those two couples give me possible soulmates. Oh, hold on, let me charge my computer because my battery is about to die. But child, when I watched that matching special, I was like, oh, y'all don't know what the hell y'all doing. So I thought, what do you guys think? What do you guys think? Yeah, y'all stay masked up. Oh, first generation. Angela says she thinks they're first generation Vietnamese. Okay, I could be wrong. I was honestly just going off of an image that I found of them, and it looked as if it was Chinese wedding guard. I could be wrong. And forgive me if I am, guys. No, gently. I haven't gotten to it yet. I just wanted to talk a bit about season 13 because you're going to have a full review next Friday. So I just wanted to at least familiarize myself with the couples because I didn't last season, and I did, and I'm concerned. I did, and I am concerned, Jutley. Yes, guys, please like the live. Crazy Homebody Girl. Did you see this kickoff special? I mean, if you watch this show from the beginning, then you already know how they do it. But for me, I felt like there just needed to be more. They come from similar backgrounds that have arranged marriages. So I think that these two are compatible. What? Bob was going to have a difficult time. She going to have a difficult time. Yes, Dr. Pepper. Dr. Pepper. Dr. Pepper, I feel like Dr. Pepper can already see that Bob was going to, she's going to be a lot for Johnny. I think she can already see that because when she sat down with her, she was just like, you have a list that's impossible, but you're going to get married in 2 weeks. This show's for entertainment, y'all. I'm telling you. I don't think that any couple who's going on Married at First Sight should not saying that you should not aspire to be married, but I think you should go into this as a reality TV show that might give you a great result. That's what I think you guys need to do, because Brett is a fan of the show. So I hope you're going into this show just fangirling and having a great time with this process, and not saying investing a lot, but if it turns out that you come out of this with a great husband, awesome. But I just feel like these people need to go into this show knowing it's a show for entertainment. I don't think y'all should be going in thinking you're going to find your life partner. That's what any of these marriage and dating shows. Go in wanting to have a good time and to get a nice little check. Bombshell blurb. I did not get that from Jose. Don't do that. Don't do that to Jose. Don't do that to Jose. Oh no, I put way too much ice in my star cup. My star cup is melting. My mom juiced. If you follow me on Instagram, you saw that we juice a lot. So this is cucumber, lemon, far too much lemon and far too much lime, ginger and green apple. Too much lemon and too much lime. Woo! Woo! Hey, Madison. Madison said, hi, Nikki. The experts are trash. Basura. Expert. She has hair, eyes, and teeth. So does he. Sounds like a match to me. Insert eye roll. Yep. That's exactly how it was. I thought more went into the process. I'm telling you, they only put Bao and Johnny together because they're Asian. That's the only reason why they did it. And Bao said, I want a white man. Y'all gotta listen to people. Oh my goodness. Oh my God, why are y'all doing Jose like this? Y'all are wrong. Oh, Kimberly, did he get what he asked for? Because listen, regardless of how you feel about what people are attracted to or what people desire, if they come on this show and they say this is what I want, you got to give them what they want. At least physically. Physical attraction is huge. You got to give these people what they're asking for. Oh my gosh. You know what? I'm done with the Jose slander. Yup. But he's going to come on this show and be a husband. I'm telling you, they picked Zach because it's going to be conflict. And I hate to say it, but I feel like we're going to have another season where a black man is, doing his black wife dirty. Not saying that Zach will be like Chris and just be, horrible, but I just don't feel like these two are properly matched. I could be wrong. I hope I'm wrong. But just from what I watched and what these experts felt like was the reason for matching them, I honestly think that they started with race first and then put everything else, together. Oh, we got a black girl here. We got a black guy. Let's put them together. And when we sit down, let's say, well, he's never been in love. She's a lovely person. Let's do that, because you can't say we put them together because they're black or Asian. Because I'm looking at that. I'm just like, when I saw Bao and Johnny, I was just like, how they work besides being Asian? Like, isn't there more to a marriage? Child. They are going to put Johnny through it this season. Oh, Sasha said, I feel like she's talking about Zach and Michaela. She said, I feel like that couple will work because production knows that the black community will get them. They right. Hey, Michaela. Oh, hold on. Oh, no. The comments jump so fast. Hey, Jalen. Jalen Holland said, I'm going into this season blindly. I haven't watched any of the Married at First Sight specials or commercials, really. Child. I'm telling you, I watched this so literally nothing goes into matching these people. Are they even really experts? Like, is Pastor Kyle really a pastor? Is Dr. Pepper really a doctor? Is the other messy doctor really a doctor? Or are these just reality TV personalities? Picking people to get married. They are literally going into a legal binding contract with the government and this partner. That is a lot for a TV show. Well, listen, the contracts were released for, or like, I think it was Married at First Sight Reddit. Somebody released a page of the contract for Couples Cam, and we found out that the couples get paid $5,000 per person for the season. So it comes out to about $60,000. If you live in Los Angeles, you're only be getting 20 of that because the taxes is crazy, girl. But so it comes out to about 60,000 a season. If you're getting that for Couples Cam, you gotta be getting like 100K for this show. So, you know, I think you get a nice little check out of it, but I'm just I don't know. I don't know. I had no idea that so little went into matching these couples for marriage. Hey, Kimberly. Kimberly said, I think this was filming while season 12 was airing, so production may have still been trying drama storylines. Oh, girl. Oh, girl. Oh, Black Gal said, I don't see any matches. Maybe Gil and Myra, because now you're putting thoughts in my mind about Jose. Oh, thank you, Miss Chris. Miss Chris said, I don't know this show, but Nikki, you should be matching people. That much I know. Oh, thank you. Kimberly Rivers said the preview makes it seem like the Vietnamese couple know each other, which is, I guess, can be expected. Not sure how large that community is in Houston. Oh, okay. Well, that doesn't change things, because if she's already met him and she wasn't interested, oh God. Oh, the bombshell blurred said, I feel like sometimes the show plays into the lie that Black women are unmarriable, whether intentional or not, especially after the Unmatchable spinoff. That's a good point. Sasha says, yeah, first season, the experts were really involved in the matchmaking. Now it just feels like production just matches whoever they find on social media. I hear you. Angela said, I like these couples better than last season. I don't know enough about them yet. I really don't know. I like people so far individually just from this special. I really like Johnny. I really like Gil and Myra. Myra is just, I won't say she's fragile, but you just wanna hug her, because you know she's been through so much, and you really want this process to work out for her, right? She kind of give me Paige. And not saying that Paige was weak, but it's just you were really rooting for Paige, and you really wanted this to work. I like Michaela. Michaela is fun. Michaela is bright, and I hope they do not match her with a man that will dim her light. I hope they don't do that to her. Samantha said, when I started watching this show, my friend and I said, if I'm not married by 35, then she will sign me up for this show. Now seeing last season and seeing what has come for this show, I would never. Yeah. Guys, it's a reality TV show. The main purpose is for entertainment. If these couples happen to work out, good, but that is not the main purpose. Crazy Homebody Girl said, I haven't seen the special. I don't really want to watch this season. I still have PTSD from season 12, but I watched the reviews. Child. I'm hoping this season does better. I really, really do. Oh, hold on. Sorry, guys. The comments are jumping. Dr. M, hi. So I think they did better about matchmaking this time, especially after the Chris debacle. You know what? This is going to be my second introduction into this show, so I'm going to go by what you say and say I agree. I'm not sure because I don't have much to go off of, but if you think they did better and you watched the show, I'm going to agree. Yes, I have found out, JB says what, that the marriages are legal. The marriages are legal. The marriages are legal. Oh, you guys don't think that Ryan would be attracted to Brett? Brett is hot. She is stunning. If anything, she's doing him a favor. Why don't you, Angela? Why don't you think Brett Ryan will be attracted to Brett? I do agree with that. Sasha said, I think they should rather give people what they need and not what they want. In personality, absolutely. In dynamics, absolutely. In physical, in what they request physically, they need to give them that because physical attraction is very important. And I think they don't go off of that. And that's not the case for everybody. You know, a lot of people, attraction is very important. Hey, stage 4, ain't no fighter day by day. Makeup Addict said they did a horrible matching in this season, but I would be here for the shenanigans. Hey, Kimberly Rivers. Kimberly Rivers said Tristan did get a mixed wife. I think she was Indian and Jamaican, and they couldn't even go on their honeymoon because she had a warrant. What? Are they still together? Are they still together? Yeah, I agree, Angela. I think Michaela's going to be great TV. I like watching her solo. So I think she's going to make for great TV. I hope Zach don't have her in tears. I really, really do. Yes, crazy homebody girl. Absolutely agree. At this point, I need to see some credentials. Me too. Wait, somebody said something about Kevin on stage. Hold on. Hey, Bombshell Blurred. Bombshell Blurred said Kevin on stage said Dr. Pepper was one of his professors in college, I think. Okay. Oh, and then Sasha right under that says Dr. Pepper is the OG. Messing up people's lives since season 1. I love her. Oh, God. Oh, you are so welcome, pretty kitty. Hello? Sydney, girl, I already have cable. Bye. Oh, Married at First Sight Australia. I still haven't watched that yet. What is it still on or has a new season started? Let me know. Let me know. Oh, I did see that, Samantha. Samantha says, you saw how the experts were asking each person about lingering feelings that they had towards previous lovers. They really are dotting I's and crossing T's. I saw that they did that with everybody, especially the black men. They said we are not going to have any baby mamas popping up on us this season. They grilled Gil and Zach. They were just like, you sure that relationship is over? Are you single? Single. The only person they didn't have to do that with was Johnny, because Johnny is ready to be married. He is ready to have a wife. That was the only guy that they didn't have to. My Teflon bags have arrived. Not Teflon, Telfar. My Telfar bags have arrived. Yes. Yes. Bag security program. I am not fighting. Every time they release a new drop, I will wait for bag security and wait 6 months to get my bags. I don't care. I don't care. I do not care. Oh my God. Bombshell Blur said, yes, Mia got detained at the airport for basically stalking her ex. She and Tristan aren't together. He just had a baby with his new light-skinned wife. Bombshell Blur, get out of here. Get out of here. F. Usher said, hello, Nikki. Your calls during lives always God get me. They always try it. They always try it. Anyway, that's how I'm feeling about season 13. I hope what I'm feeling is wrong. I just had no idea that the experts went off of very little to make these couples happen. Let's get into season 12 drama. So hold on. Oh, you know what? Before we get into season 12, I also have this article that has a bit of a breakdown about the couples. Let's talk a bit about Did I have them? Oh, let's talk a bit about Myra and Gil. Real quick. Myra and Gil. Myra is a leadership coach. She is aware of the importance of partnering with experts and wholeheartedly believes that the Married at First Sight team will find her a perfect match. She is born and raised in Southern Texas. Gil was born and raised in Colombia and wants the American dream. Wife, kids, pet, and a white picket fence. A hopeless romantic. He's ready to find his match to shower her with love and provide a happy and secure family. Listen, he could be just what the doctor ordered for Myra, or he could be a nightmare. We will see. We will see. What's our next couple? Ryan and Brett. I can't believe that y'all think that Ryan will not be attracted to this stunning woman with some good titties. I can't believe y'all think that. Ryan needs to be happy that somebody this hot got matched with him. Although she was born in New Jersey, Brett considers Houston to be her hometown and thinks that marriage will help to enhance her life. As a long-term fan of the series, Brett is willing to trust the process as a pragmatic, hopeful romantic. Ryan grew up in a small town in Texas where his grandparents and extended family were all within walking distance of his house. Oh, this could get annoying. Ready for the next chapter of his life, Ryan puts pressure on himself to find a wife because he wants to be a young, active father who can coach his son's baseball team or fight off his daughter's potential suitors. I'm concerned. You ain't say nothing about the wife. You just said that you want to be married so you can have kids, so you can be a young dad. The wife come first. Child, I'm concerned. Well, you know what? At least for Brett, she'll have some reality TV exposure, and then this could take her to the next level because I'm getting that she probably also wouldn't mind, a life in front of the camera. No shade there. Bow Wow and Johnny, I'm concerned. Bow Wow was born and raised in Texas to Vietnamese refugee parents. Bao never grew up wanting to be married, but in her 30s, she had a change of heart and is open to finding love. She has a lot to offer and is ready for a life partner who measures up. I'm concerned for my sweet Johnny. Johnny was born in Houston, Texas, baby, raised with his sister by their hardworking single mother. Having seen the effects of divorce at an early age, Johnny has been very particular in finding a partner. He only wants to marry once and has been holding out for the perfect match. After 7 years without success on dating apps, he is ready to have the expert take the reins. Johnny is ready. I'm rooting for him. Let's get a quick synopsis of Zach and Michaela. A Houston native, Michaela is a successful realtor and often sells homes to newlyweds regularly, leading her to want to have a partner and find a home for. Zach grew up in Baton Rouge, but moved to Houston in hopes of finding a wife, wanting to be married by the age of 25. The time is ticking on him, finding his happily ever after. Everything he has tried thus far has not worked, but Zach is willing to explore this unconventional way to marriage in order to find his soulmate. You know what? I don't want to assume this, guys, but I saw Zach in church. That's where Pastor Kyle found him to tell him that he was going to get married. He was in church playing the piano. Or was he in church? It looked like he was in the church. Is he a PK? Or like a church boy? That could explain, I got to be real with you. That could explain this young black man wanting to be married by the age of 25. Gotta be religion. If he is a PK, oh, Michaela. Oh, God, please. Let's talk about Rachel and Jose. They're so adorable. I can't believe y'all doing Jose like this. I think it's because of the wedding picture. Rachel considers her childhood in Houston a happy one, with the exception of being her parents' divorce. In adulthood, she was insecure when it came to dating, but this all changed with her last relationship. Though the relationship ended, it restored her hopes of being in a loving marriage with the right man. Jose grew up in a middle-class family in Pearland. It was a struggle, but his parents always made sure he was taken care of. Dating has been frustrating, and Jose seems to consistently meet women not seeking anything long-term. So he's ready to be married and possibly have kids one day. That is the synopsis of Rachel and Zay. Now, what do you guys think? I still think that Johnny in trouble. Oh, God. Yeah, I think so. I think so too, Jesse. Jesse said these couples are clearly casted by the casting team, and then the experts get called in for taping. That's what I get. That's what I get. Oddly, what do you mean by oddly? I just think she's stunning. I think she's stunning. She's so beautiful. And not saying that you're being shady, makeup addict. Yeah, I love you like you are, says Johnny sounds like such a sweetheart. He really, really does. Can I be real with you? I feel like Johnny and Michaela have similar energy. I see them being compatible. But who am I? Who am I? Black Gal says Zach grew up like the Huxtables, so I think he will give his all to Michaela. But wanting to be married by the age of 25, that's giving me a strong religious vibe. But I could be wrong because he didn't say anything about it, so I could be wrong. Let's get into Chris's most recent meltdown on Instagram. Chris, I'm so confused. Guys, get some tea, grab a drink. We're going to be here for a minute. Okay. So the first thing he wrote on his Instagram stories. If you don't know, this is Chris Williams from season 12. I am pissed. I was told that some stuff was said about myself on season 13 matchmaking special. I am not happy at all. I am going to say a lot. First of all, why are we still talking about the baby situation? What woman asks another woman if they actually think another woman is pregnant? Paige, you clearly are a liar. We went to Outback Steakhouse in January and talked for hours in my car after the restaurant closed. I showed you the pregnancy test, other supporting details, etc. You saw firsthand that she was actually pregnant. A miscarriage for a woman is one of the toughest things a woman can go through. And for you and that whack show to keep reliving it is BS. I do agree. I do agree with him there. If y'all want to call me names or whatever, do it. Believe my unborn child out of this. It's BS and it's disrespectful and I won't tolerate it. It doesn't effing matter if you think it was real or not. The S was real and it affected real people. Find something to accomplish so you can move on with your life and stop talking about stuff like that. I think he's talking about the kickoff special. I didn't watch the kickoff special. I watched like the beginning of it. I didn't watch the whole thing. I watched the matchmaking special. I didn't need to use a pregnancy as a way out of a marriage when I told you day one what it was. Then you say you were being manipulated. Did I manipulate you to come to my job and talk several times about working it out after filming? I believe him. I believe him. Paige, did I manipulate you when you said we were married after filming and you were just trying to have sex and you would hit me up late? Wait, hold on. And you would hit me up late at night because you wanted me to come through? Did I manipulate you when you called 1 million times on your phone and Virginia's phone to come film with you at the reunion? Paige, did I manipulate you to tell me that Virginia was trying to have a threesome with Haley's brother and girl, and they both were looking at her crazy? Did I manipulate you to tell me about Eric's DUI and for you to tell me that he had 45 days mandatory rehab? Did I manipulate you to tell me that while he was in rehab, he would be calling Virginia nonstop because he didn't trust her? Did I manipulate you to tell me that Virginia was trying to be a slut in Mexico and people thought she was doing too much? Did I manipulate you to tell me that Haley was unemployed during filming and wanted the man to take care of her and Jake wasn't it? And she thought he was whack in bed? Did I manipulate you to tell me that you were still dating people during filming? Oh, God. I wish you would move the hell on. You say that you are dating now. Focus on your new man. Leave me and my unborn child alone. And this is all from his Instagram stories. I just did not waste my time loading it up here because it just would have taken too long because it's a lot. Did I manipulate you when you kept asking me to film? I quit 3 times, and each time you wanted me to keep filming for you. Paige was the penis that Chris is. Oh my gosh. No, you wasn't calling him in the late night hour to come through. Gross. They told you in front of me that you didn't have to film no more and you could walk away from this. And they said you decided you didn't want to. I told you on national TV and off camera that I, at the time, still love my ex on the honeymoon. That was no damn manipulation. You still was trying to work it out. At what point do you take responsibility for your own actions and admit that you were a dummy? I obviously was one too, because agreeing to keep filming with you hurt my image and yours. Leave me and my unborn kid alone. Then Haley, now he going after Haley. Then Haley clearly says basically she decided that she wasn't into Jake anymore after they had sex and it was whack. I don't like Jake at all, but for the sake of my point, I will briefly defend him. If Jake or any other man for that matters would have went on if Jake or any other man for that matter would have went on camera and said that a woman's sex was whack after having sex with them, the Me Too movement would have come out. You don't know what the Me Too movement is, and destroyed him or whoever the guy was. This was a real marriage. If you decided that you didn't want Jake anymore because he was whack in bed, then you never gave him a real try. Oh no, if the sex is whack, you got to walk. I said it before. I don't know why they had 2 individuals giving predictions on marriages who are horrible and dysfunctional in their own marriages. That's like asking a drunkard person how to become sober. They can't tell you because they never did it. This is whack. I never forgot what you said at the reunion talking S. Move to F on with your life as well. It didn't work with Jake because you didn't like him. It was never honest. You tried to lie and make it seem like it was him, then stole his bracelet. I was very direct about not wanting you. Talking about Paige. I didn't need a baby to get out of the marriage. You know for a fact that I am not a coward and will own up to whatever it is that I do. We pick and choose what's convenient for us to speak on when it comes to things that trigger women, but turn the blind eye to women speaking bad on miscarriages. This stuff is real. This ain't no joke. You know what? If you and Jake I feel like you and Jake don't get along because y'all very similar. You and Jake are very similar. If y'all could, you know what? I don't want y'all to link up and be friends. We don't need that kind of mess, especially not in Atlanta. We got a lady who refuses to address her role in a TV marriage and a bracelet bandit, giving advice to the next season's couples. The real advice should have been, don't steal bracelets if you don't want him. And if he says he doesn't want you to stop, and if he says he don't want you to stop lying on God and saying he wants you to stay in a marriage that you are only in for a check, especially when the guy says, I'm good. That's what he wrote. I was trying to make sense of it. Someone explained it to me. The real reason you are taking shots at the miscarriage is because it's an indirect shot at the person who took your man. So the way to get back at her is to cast doubts around her pregnancy. She ain't thinking about you, so move on. Y'all not even in the same conversation. You just started getting your wigs done after I said something about it. Marcus from the Bold and Beautiful. I DM'd you months ago because you had so much S to say. I even gave you my number in your DM. I told you to call me, and I came humble too. Called you an OG respectfully, but I wanted to talk to, who the hell is Marcus? But I wanted to talk to you to hear what you had to say first, hand in a civilized convo. You told me you would call me, and you never did, LOL, but you went on camera talking S again. I grew up around and raised, this is how he wrote it, by some of the toughest men in Chicago. If someone has something to say, whether it was a correction or whatever, they had no problem coming to you directly and saying it. You, my friend, are a coward. You have made statements regarding things getting physical and all of this, but when you could have called me and met up, you are what we call in Chicago soft, on a woman's show talking S, but won't say it to me. Oh, is he talking about the host? If you have a problem, my number is the same. I live in Atlanta and I'm available at any point just for you, my friend. I can assure you I ain't scared of you. We want all the smoke. Not the wigs. Marcus is from Bald in the Beauty. Oh, Kev on Stage. Okay. Thank you at Married at First Sight fans. My camp and Mercedes camp asked her not to share the miscarriage info, even though she knew, and she 1000% respected the wishes. Thank you for only putting out verified true information, but this is not funny, and y'all basically was paid $5K for this special to laugh about a miscarriage and make whack predictions. Move on with your lives. Neither one of you deserves to be there. And he's writing this in reference to Married at First Sight fans, that account, who said, I'm sure many of you have seen Chris's stories today. This is what was shown on season 13 matchmaking special this week. I think it was incredibly insensitive for them to ask questions about the miscarriages again. I actually found out about it early on before the season started and felt that it was definitely an extremely sensitive topic and one that I vowed not to discuss. Think what you want about Chris, but if you read his stories this morning, in my opinion, he really doesn't have a reason to lie at this point. And this is Married at First Sight fans. By this time next week, I'm hopeful we will be laser focused on season 13 couples and can put season 12 firmly behind us. Then Chris goes on to say, and to the lady who asked the question, shame on you. On one hand, you want to appear to be for women's right, but had no conviction about asking a freaking question that is triggering for so many women. I get DMs weekly from women who, in silence, suffered from miscarriages. This ain't no effing game. I don't believe that, but it is what it is. And basically what he is saying on the Married at First Sight special, one of the hosts, I guess, asked Paige and Haley about, if the miscarriage that Chris's ex had was real, or, if they thought it was fake or whatever. Chris says the proof that stuff can be edited and made worse than what it is was when Ryan and Clara said on their interview this week that they were having sex throughout the season. The narrative was created that they weren't, but they were. They need to stop playing with people's lives. Y'all, okay, so he's saying that they were having sex. They need to stop playing with people's lives. Y'all think because the show is over that we don't still have to deal with the effects of the show. Just because it's over don't mean that mentally the lies and stuff built around these fake narratives that y'all swear by doesn't affect us. This is not a sitcom. This is real. Then he posts about when he contacted his friend Jerome and saying that, like, right before the show, he was having a moment where he felt like he wanted to take his life. And he's writing this to Paige where he says, we got married on August 28th. We went to the honeymoon on September 1st. When I found out at the airport on my way to Atlanta from the honeymoon on September 6th, when we were supposed to move in, that producers had gave cue cards to Clara in Virginia to purposefully aggravate me. The depression I was already in, being embarrassed and fearing my strong business reputation being hit would be tarnished, I dropped into an even deeper depression. So I went to Chicago to get peace. While there on Labor Day last year, I texted my big spiritual brother, who is a pastor as well as my uncle, and told them I did not want to live anymore. I quit. I told the experts and the producers that I was mentally depressed and that I couldn't film anymore. All they cared about was enforcing the contract. Paige was given a way out Paige was given a way out, but she didn't want a way out because she wanted to keep filming to appear to be making things work. But when the guy who needed the help mentally stated he couldn't do it, they gave me no way out because I was their moneymaker this season. I will give him that. Aside from Brianna and Vincent. What if they would have let me stop filming and leave and get help? Would we still be saying that she was manipulated? And then he brings up the contract and says that you can't speak disparaging, defamatory, embarrassing, unfavorable, humiliation, public ridicule, fictional, or false things about contestants. Then he says, they keep asking me, why do you keep going hard over what happened in the season that is over? It's because I worked hard for where I am now. I was homeless and I bust my A off. I worked super hard. And the negative, 3 years ago, I was in a negative. And I was also owning the youngest black subway. I'm going to skip through that. I work hard to let a marriage where we only filmed 2.5 weeks together. Oh, they only filmed 2.5 weeks together? Totally ruined me. I am willing to die telling the truth. This is why I go hard. I am cool with y'all dogging me out for what I did, but not for the make-believe stuff that is a death sentence to a black man building an empire. I purposely didn't speak on her all season out of respect, but when I saw the narrative she was going with, I had to call her out. I never said I left I never said that I left preaching because I wasn't making no money editing. I never said that I was a pastor. I said I wanted to be one when I was younger editing. I did not come up with the nickname Bless with the dollar signs. I didn't see it until it aired. Yes, I did say I wanted to build an empire with my wife, but that doesn't make me arrogant. What wife doesn't want that? I did say I wanted a wife that was a freak, but I named a bunch of other amazing qualities that were cut out. What man doesn't want to enjoy his partner? They built these narratives. I talked to her family as well, more than she talked to mine. But why did they only show the combos with her and my family? They wanted to build a narrative that she was a naive girl with no family being taken advantage of. She is one of the smartest women. She went to Syracuse and has a master's degree. She is very calculating. She doesn't do anything without knowing the pros and the cons. And you need to check your circle while your friends talking S, because if a guy would have told any of my female cousins who have knocked guys out that their cousin wasn't a trophy wife, even though I didn't mean it disrespectfully, the wedding would have been over right then and there. Tables would have been flipped, etc. LOL, dark alley, my A. He's speaking. It's like, you got to chew the meat and spit out the bones. But some stuff that he's saying, I'm like, yeah, I said the same thing. And then he goes to these questions. Is it okay for Bracelet Bandit talking about Haley to sex shame Jake on national TV? I don't think she did that. He says, if a man did that, off with his head is what you all would have proclaimed. What would you, as a real friend, would have done if a man said your girl wasn't a trophy wife? Again, I wasn't trying to be disrespectful at all. Do you want a man to tell you up front that he is not into you, or do you want him to do like Haley did if you got married in an experiment? Then somebody asked him a question that says, what would your family have done? And he says, I would have told my home ASAP I would have told my homie ASAP what was said. Her friends ain't real because they never told her. Oh. I also would have flipped out, smacked the dude, and ran to tell my girl. But that's just me. So why are we on the reunion talking crap and you failed as a friend at the reception? Talking about Paige's friend. We shall hold everyone accountable. I had a hit list. I'm exhausted. I've never, although I don't like how Jake speaks about women, I have to admit, I've never seen a man go off like this before on Instagram stories. That was a lot. That was a lot. I will say, like I said before, you got to chew the meat and spit up the bone. Some stuff he was speaking, I was like, yeah, he's spitting. Like he telling some truth. I told you guys, it's an entertainment TV show. That's why I'm saying I don't think that anybody who comes on this show should go on the show looking for an actual marriage. You should know that you are going on a reality TV show, have a good time, get a nice check. If it happens to work out, good for you. But I would not go into it, thinking that what they show themselves to be is actually what they are, because it's entertainment. Hold on, let me get some of y'all comments. Is the Bald and the Beautiful like a segment on Kev on Stage's page? Every time I get focused on the story, there is somebody always coming in here trying to spam. But thank you, moderators. Crazy Homebody Girl says, not a dummy, but Paige do need to take accountability. Does. She absolutely does. JB says, what said, damn, I take a step out for a minute and the block gets hot. Dr. M said, I don't think anyone spoke about Chris. Chris wanted to have his cake and eat it, and he got caught. Oh my God. Not the wigs. He did not have to go after her wigs. Okay, thank you, Bombshell Blurm said that chick Angel's husband is Marcus. They do the ball in a beautiful show with Kev on stage and his wife Melissa. Oh God, Kev on stage has been taking some hits. Black Owl, who did watch it, the segment said that Paige didn't answer the question about the miscarriage though. Sasha said Ryan and Clara were lying in an interview. If they were, why was Clara yelling about wanting to have sex when she thought the cameras were off? Well, because you're always aware of where the cameras are. That's one thing. They have to let you know. Like, so there's no hidden footage or anything like that. Like, they cannot secretly film you and still put it on the show. The participants are always aware of where the cameras are. It's illegal for them to do that. So for entertainment, ciao. Let me, because I'm on talk about Eric in Virginia, which I'm not surprised by. I'm gonna get a couple more questions and then we're going to go into Eric in Virginia. Woo, 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 woo. Carrot Mom said, Chris did it to himself. He is trying to rewrite the narrative. Folks didn't like him even before any mention of the baby. He was already trashed at the wedding. But he did get her homegirls together because he was just like, I made that comment about, this is the thing. Hold on. Let's just deal with this. He said, I made that comment about her to her friends and they didn't say anything to me. They did not correct me and they did not tell her that I said that. Facts. He is very true about that because it shows that there's a glitch in the system somewhere within her friendships and they still allowed her to go through the process. If they not even allowed her, but did not warn her or tell her these things. If that is the case, then it appears as if the friends were in on this with her. Also, Chris, you got to take some responsibility because even though you said that's not what I meant when I said that about Paige, you still said that about Paige. And it was still a very rude comment. So you also have to take responsibility. You are not innocent here. Oh, don't worry about that, guys. The more and more lives that I do, and the channel is growing. So that's probably just going to continue to happen, but we can ignore and go on. New Mommy D said, as a woman who has dealt with the loss of a few pregnancies before I had my baby, I refuse to fall for the use of this woman's miscarriage to gain sympathy for Chris. This is manipulation. That is some great insight. Great insight. Oh, y'all not buying it. Y'all not buying it. Love like you are said, Chris just hates accountability. That is what I am getting. But Black Gal said, now I'm here for him putting Haley out there. Haley was a female version of Chris. Oh my gosh. I was reading that. I was just like, so wait, you're defending Jake, who you were just fighting with? Confusion. Absolutely agree with you, Jesse Lee. Two things are true. Production created a narrative, and Chris is an arrogant narcissist. Absolutely agree. Same Afro Curliton. Afro Curliton also said, no, this is Carrot Mom. Carrot Mom says, everybody knows that Haley and Chris was the same person, but Haley didn't come on the show with an ex-fiance and a baby. Samantha says, like, he definitely doesn't like accountability. I believe some things are true, but what's the point of doing this? Your season is over. We are over it already. Absolutely agree. I think this is the thing. I think he still like watches this show. I think he still like watches what everybody else does. And to say that, to tell everybody else to move on when you haven't, it's kind of hypocritical. Love Like You Are says, so does Chris not like people reviewing the show and sharing their opinions of him? This is a reality show. It's what you signed up for. No, I think he still just has beef with his castmates and the show because of how he looked on the show. So I think that's just what it is. Sasha says, yes, Ryan said in the same interview that Clara thought the camera was off. That's why she said it. But they also said their marriage renewal was on New Year. So I don't trust them, liars. Let's just get into Ryan, Clara, Eric, and Virginia. What I think is happening, which is why all of this stuff is coming out now, I think everybody's contracts have expired. I think Chris started talking earlier because his contract, I felt like his contract was wrapped a lot earlier because he left the show early. Even though he did the reunion, he still left the reunion early. And he ended all communications with the show. So the rest of the cast still not was obligated, but still, fulfilled their contract, which was to come on these, side shows to talk about what's going on, and are still participating and doing those things. But because Chris had like burnt every bridge, he was just, doing all the talking that he wants to do, right? So I think now the contracts for the obligations for the season and couples cam have expired. So now whatever these guys are doing additionally is something that is something like a whole new separate contract. So what they had with the show that they were on has ceased. They are done with that. They can now start to speak and tell their truth, which is why everybody's divorce or, breakups or issues or gripes that they had with each other came out within like the last 3 days or so, so everything came out at the same time. Clara and Ryan announced that they are getting divorced. Then we find out that Eric and Virginia are getting divorced. Then Virginia goes on to Jake's Instagram and starts reading him for filth. So I think all of this stuff happened is because contracts had expired, and now they can start to be honest with the viewers. Let's start with Clara and Ryan. Hold on. Married at First Sight, Clara shares insight into an unexpected divorce from Ryan. I don't know how to pronounce that last name. Days after season 12, Married at First Sight couple Clara and Ryan announced their decision to divorce. A newly single Clara took to TikTok with an update on how she's trying to move forward. She said, after an interesting turn of events, the 27-year-old said while posing next to a screenshot of a news coverage of their split, it looks like I will be relating to Taylor Swift's new recording of the Red album. Oh, why are you? That's right. That's why I let people borrow my stuff. And then Clara's. She's doing a lot of stuff on TikTok. Just prior to the breakup, Clara also said, if you know anyone who wants a couple of $100 worth of New Year Eve's party decorations, send them my way. Clara responded to a fan. On July 12th, the exes told E! News in a statement that after taking some time away from cameras, they realized their marriage wasn't built to last. It's not easy to make It's not an easy decision to make, nor do we take these next steps lightly, Clara and Ryan explained. Grateful to all who stood by us and continue to stand by us as we make this very difficult decision. It goes without saying, we remain friends and hope for nothing but the best for each other. I was not surprised. I told y'all they were not compatible. They were not compatible at all. So I wasn't surprised. I think their contract was up, and I think it was just like, you know what? Let's just get out of this since we don't have to fake it anymore. I think hold on, I'm trying to get a picture. So this is the picture of one of the jackets that Clara had made for her wedding day. Who do you think made the decision? Do you think that Ryan was just like, we're not going to work? We're not going to work. Because she done went out and made a whole damn jacket. She got this made for her. Shop Loran said, so honored to have connected with Clara to make a wedding jacket. She is the sweetest, and I wish we lived in the same state. We could have a wine night. That's so unfortunate. She had decorations. She got a whole jacket made. Oh, gosh. Oh, gosh. Oh, gosh. Ooh, I'm getting spam like crazy. What is going on? It's these afternoon ones. Hey, Jalen. Jalen Hollis said, so they've been lying to us about being intimate, but Clara was telling her truth about being sexually frustrated that whole time. Make it make sense, y'all. Guys, it's a show for entertainment. It's a show for entertainment. I can honestly say I think a lot of probably what you saw on that show was not real. Was not real. Because there are some things like Chris is absolutely problematic, but I do believe that, you know, certain cast members were instructed by producers to ask him certain questions and prod him in certain ways. I do believe that. You know what I mean? They know he's a ticking time bomb. They know that he's cocky. They know that he's messy. So they knew that the ladies asking him about stuff. That's why it was always Clara and Virginia who was always asking him stuff, and he was always getting upset. Never the men, because the men didn't care, right? But you could tell a lot of stuff was set up. But with Clara and Ryan, I never believed that they were going to work. They just were not compatible the whole season. I think Ryan was just not in it. And I think, honestly, he was fulfilling his contractual obligation with the show and Clara and the government. I think as soon as his contract expired, he was just like, let's be real here. This ain't going to work. I do think that Clara would have stayed in it because she was the one, you know, getting all the stuff and doing the decorations and everything. You know, I don't think that she would have, I don't think that she was lying about wanting to get her vows renewed if she's going out making, you know, wedding jackets. I think she was really invested. But for me, I've always felt like Ryan, I knew. I'm sorry. I just knew that as soon as the show was over, Ryan was going to jump ship because he just never seemed like he was into her. And that's just my observation. He never seemed like he was into her. It always seemed like she was more into him. Oh, you're welcome, Jalen. I'm glad I could help. Oh, Indigo Girl said, Dr. Pepper needs to be investigated. This woman with a straight face is linking up people with sociopaths. Yeah. Because I'm like, what the hell is going on? Thank you, moderators, for, you know, killing it. I don't know. I'm going to figure it out. I'm going to figure it out to see how we can deal with that more. But I've noticed that with the growth of the channel, this stuff is starting to happen. But, you know, we're going to keep on going. We're going to keep on going. Black Gal said Ryan was done with Clara when she said she had no goals. Listen, he was done with Clara from the minute she said that she was not clean. His face was like, yikes. I think he, like, when a contract was done, like I said, I think he was just like, you know what, I'm good. We don't got to play this game anymore. Let's get into Eric and Virginia ending their experiment for good. Less than 1 year after tying the knot, married at first sight, Eric and Virginia are getting a divorce. If you have been following Chris's Instagram stories, you knew about this a week ago or like a week and a half ago. He didn't already put it out there. The pair, who appeared on season 12 on the Lifetime series and married at first sight on August 31 and married on August 31st, 2020, have been living apart since April, according to court documents filed in June. Over the last few months, Eric 35 and Virginia 26 have been absent from each other's social media accounts, causing some fans to wonder whether they had separated. On Thursday, July 15th, they told E! News that they have been together and trying to make their marriage work since decision day. The pair added, while we have decided to get a divorce, we aren't closing the doors on a possible future together. I don't believe that one bit, because Virginia seems very free and Eric seems to be very glad to be done with everything connected to this show, because Chris has definitely put his career in jeopardy. So I think that Eric is just glad to be done with this. And I think that Virginia is glad to be done with it as well, because she never seemed happy. She never seemed happy. And Eric appeared to be very mentally and verbally abusive to her, in my opinion. From the time they were in the car and he snapped at her and said, "I hate when you do that on camera," to the multiple times that she has had breakdowns when she thought that she wasn't being filmed. But they've had, although you know where those cameras are, when you're in an emotional state like that, you don't always remember, right? Like, they take you around and said, "This is where the camera's going to be. This is where audio is. Make sure if you have a conversation, you have it here so we can film you." Like, they go through all of that before they actually film the scene. So those cameras were already put outside of Eric's home or townhome or condo, whatever it is. So she knew what they were. But I think in that moment when she was having a breakdown and telling the producer that she did not want to go back in there with him because he's so mean to her, I don't think she was aware in that moment. They were not compatible at all. And I think the experts only put them together is because Virginia needed somebody to take care of her and Eric wanted somebody to take care of. That is not enough to make a marriage. It's not enough. It's not enough. They were not compatible at all. And that's why after Chris had his meltdown and put her business out there, that Virginia, we talked about this last time, but Virginia put this up on Instagram, on her Instagram stories when, this is actually Chris reposted it when she was saying respect their privacy. They're taking some time off. The show was still filmed. I think their segment on Couples Cam was still filming. But now that we're going into a new season, everything that they are required to do contractually is done, because we're now on to season 13. So this is why all of this stuff is allowed to come out without any kind of repercussions. I know people are just like, all this stuff is happening now. What is going on? Is Mercury and microwaves again? No. Contracts are up, so now people can talk. So specifically Virginia, who went on Jake's Instagram, where he was not even talking about Haley, but she was just so pissed that he had been talking about Haley. And I guess because, they were still under contract, she didn't want to say anything about Jake, but I guess she got tired of him speaking on Haley. And she went on his Instagram live and she was just like, "What are you mad about that?" And then the next comment she wrote, "Are you mad that she didn't like your..." I told y'all after Haley had sex with Jake, she was just like, "I'm good." And that kind of, hurt Jake, took a stab at his machismo, so there was no return after that. But Virginia was basically saying that she was just sick and tired of him talking about Haley, trying to make her seem like she was a bad guy. Jake did a video and he was just like, I'm not saying that she's a bad person. Me and her do not get along. We did not work out. And part of being on that show is being asked about the show and doing interviews about the show. Me and Haley were married. So if I'm going to be asked about that, if I'm going to be asked about her, I'm going to give my opinion on what transpired. I guess because Haley is taking a high road and not like saying anything about him, they all feel like that he should not speak on her as well. But the dude was married to her. We watched this whole thing happen on the show. So if he's asked about it, then he does have to say something. But Virginia feels like he is milking his 15 minutes and he's using Haley to get attention. She had a couple of other comments that she made on his Instagram. Too many to post. She said, I'm late to the convo, but circling back to the Haley S, it's hilarious that you want to sit there and talk as if we don't all know that you said the creepiest S any of us had ever heard. And you said it to her, literally begging her for sex. There's 58 people watching this, but I'm the trailer trash, LOL. I'm watching to stand up for my friend, and he needs to watch his effing mouth about her before receipts get shown. And then that's when she writes that she didn't like your wee. And then she says, I'm a child, except I put my nephews to bed and I'm sitting on a couch sober, livid about this man speaking lies about my best friend. I'm not fake like you and the other guys from the show and will do anything to protect my friend. Hi, I'm not stopping until he does. You're welcome for tripling your viewers. He is by himself as usual and commenting on every Married at First Sight fans post for what? To be relevant because you aren't. What is going on with season 12? This cast is imploding. And I feel like this is not going away because now that everybody can talk and tell their side of the story, this whole cast is going to be fighting for a very long time because now they're going over there comforting Clara. Then they're all going to start talking about how terrible the men were on the season. We're going to be in this mess with the season 12 cast for a very long time. This drama between them is not ending just yet. Not ending just yet. Bombshell Blurred said they said that Virginia makes $27,000 a year. I hope that was a lie. Well, she's getting $60,000 before taxes from Couples Cam, and then she's getting $100K from the show. So she'll be okay. And I think she's probably going to try to do the reality TV show road. So she'll be making money. Thanks, Black Lavender. Thank you, moderators, for getting him. Thank you. Thank you so much. And thank you guys for sticking with me. It's been crazy here, but thank you guys for sticking with me. I want to figure out a way to stop that. This wasn't happening when I was at 5K, but with the numbers come the haters. More subscribers, more problems. Hey, Zabita. Zabita said, I don't even watch this show, but know what's up because of these lies. You're welcome. I'm glad we can help you. Yes, he goes in. I mean, to be honest with you, I said that too when Virginia said they were all best friends. But I can see how they would become very, very close through this process. And if you go on all of their Instagrams, they all live in Atlanta and they all hang out consistently. They take trips together. They just all celebrated Paige's birthday. Well, at least Haley was there, but it seems like Paige is doing a lot of celebrating. So, why do you keep on banging?
I'm not. Your door is exactly. So shut up.
What do you want?
Screw it up. What do you want? Mommy's keep asking you, what do you want for lunch?
I thought we were getting hoagies.
So text her back.
All right, get out. Oh my gosh. Hi, I'm dealing with trolls, my little sister. It's a lot going on. You know what? Can we block it? Does he just keep on coming back? Who is this? Oh, God. L Boogie said, what Cat Williams says, if you get more haters, you're doing it right. You're doing it right. Oh, season 15 will be in San Diego. I love me some San Diego. Listen, I hope they do well because Boston, I'm nervous about Boston. I am nervous about Boston. You know what? These spammers are not going to stop. So let me just move on and talk about Jerry O'Connell, and then we can call it a day until tonight, where we talk about Lower the Lockup. Anyway. So the Talk made history with their announcement on Wednesday of Sharon Osbourne's replacement. Actor Jerry O'Connell, who has been guest hosting for the past few months, has been brought on the CBS daytime talk show and is the first male co-host. O'Connell said during the episode that aired Wednesday, it's really exciting. First of all, I want to say you ladies have been so welcoming to me. He said to his fellow co-hosts, I mean, I came here as a guest months ago, and just from the moment I walked in, you were just gracious, you're kind, you're fun, and it worked. And here we are. We are going to have a lot of fun. We really are. So I, for one, think that although I felt as if the Talk should have replaced Sharon Osbourne with someone who, I think they should have either replaced Sharon Osbourne with a trans woman or a non-binary, a trans woman, a non-binary person, or a homosexual male. Here is why. Because shows like The Talk and The View were made for, marginalized voices, which is basically women. These shows were carved out for women to have their opinions shown on a national platform, because media at the time, especially with hosting and, broadcasting, has been heavily saturated with men. So that's why a lot of these shows were created and so many spin-off versions of it. So I felt like that role should have went to a trans woman, however, or somebody who's non-binary. However, Jerry O'Connell is a great host. He is somebody who I feel like if you're going to get a guy like Jerry O'Connell, who obviously listens to women, obviously is great in conversing with women, and will give a different perspective, but will be respectful. If you're gonna give us a straight white male, I feel like he is the way that you should go, because he just does this very well. I've seen him step in for the Wendy Williams show. I've seen him on other panels. He's good at this. He really, really is. And I'm excited. I may start watching The Talk again. I'm excited about that because I think he's a good pick. Although I think he's filling the seat of a trans woman, it's glad to have him here. I think he's going to be really, really good for it. He knows what he's doing, and I don't see him having any slip-ups. I do see if he does make any kind of mistake on camera, I do see him being receptive to learning and also taking accountability and apologizing correctly. I don't see him going off and, harassing his castmates. He's a professional. He's been doing this since he was, 9 years old. He knows what he's doing. I think he's a great pick. What do you guys think? Well, Bianca says, I like this pick. Bianca likes Jerry. Jessie Lee is talking about Married at First Sight. She says, I doubt they make 100K, probably 5K an episode max. I assume 2.5K, probably a bump for couples cam. But the only reason why I said 100K for the actual Married at First Sight is because on couples cam, the contracts were released and they make $5,000 an episode for couples cam. If you're giving $5,000 for couples cam for 12 episodes, which turns out to be about $60,000, you definitely have to be getting at least $7,000 or so for something like Married at First Sight for the actual show. For couples cam, I was like you said, Jesse, I would think they would be getting to 2,500. But if they're getting 5K for couples cam, they're definitely getting 100K a season for Married at First Sight. Hey, Desiree. Desiree said, I like Jerry. He is a housewife franchise stan. Yeah, he's a good guy. He's a guy that women feel comfortable with, and I think can actually have, the tough conversations with. I'm fine with it, but I still feel like, shows like that should stay, with women hosts or, women identifying hosts. I don't think that a guy should take that spot. But if you're going to give it to a guy, Jerry O'Connell is the guy to give it to. Love you like you are said they could have gotten Foki.Neva too. I feel like they need to look beyond celebs. YouTube has great people to be co-hosts too. I don't think Foki.Neva will work in that format. I don't think it will work with the talk. I think the format that he's on now on Fox Soul, I think that's where he can shine. I just don't think that the talk would be a format that will work for him. You know what, Desiree? I'm not sure. At this point, because of COVID, a lot like this is what I said, I think yesterday in my live. A lot of these networks have to realize that we have went through a lot within the past 2 years that has matured and aged us all significantly. We have lived through a lot, and everybody has, we've all been kind of catapulted into the future, unwillingly, right? The far future. So what we are used to before the pandemic is just not going to hit the same now because we have lived through so much. So I'm not sure if any of these shows are going to last. I really, really don't know because we're vastly different at this point and our interests have changed. So I'm not sure. I am not sure. Salima Haysis said The Bachelor does pay at all for the regular season, but pays for Paradise. Oh, The Bachelor does not pay? Are you trying to say that? Might be similar for Married at First Sight. Yeah, might be. Might be. Yeah, I don't know. I have no idea what's going on with these shows, but I do know if they do get rid of these shows, they're going to have to bring in something to replace it. And I'm telling you, it's going to be something completely different. It's going to be something completely different. I think if any of them remains, it'll probably be The View because The View is a ratings juggernaut. I don't think anybody's catching them at this point, but I do think that The Talk and The Real are probably in trouble. Tracy said Jerry has been married since 2007 with daughters. Jerry married Mystique. Rebecca Romijn, actually. But I will always know her as Mystique. She was the best Mystique that X-Men has ever had. And I miss her in that role dearly. I wish they would have used her more, but it is what it is. Wendy did produce his show. He had a show that was produced by Wendy. They had a preview during Wendy's hiatus. They used her set, and it just didn't work out. It didn't work out. The audience just did not transfer over. But he did a panel show with all men. That show did not work out. But he's obviously killing it over there at the Talk if they asked him to stay. So we'll see. We will see. Jasmine Gardner says, I think Angelica Ross from Pose would have been a good pick. I absolutely agree. But I don't think that she was available. I don't think that any of the actors from Pose any of the trans girls from Pose were available. I think that they are booked and busy. Anyway, family, let me get out of here. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm going to get out of here and figure out how to, block these demons significantly. If you guys have any ideas on how I can make sure this does not continue to happen, hit me up on Instagram at NikkiNicoleStar. Let your girl know. I'm going to send out some emails to YouTube to see how I can get some help with that, because I love that we're above it. We're not bothered by it, but it is, annoying. So you're not going to stop us, demons. We're going to keep on going, and we're going to have a good time. And I will see you all tonight at 7:30 for Love at the Lockup. 7:30, Love at the Lookup. Love at the Lockup and the Felling Dating Game tonight at 7:30 Pacific Standard Time, right after the episode airs this evening. Love y'all. Thank you for joining me. Bye.